I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and salutations to all the brethren in Great Millstone and the Israelites who've come upon this truth, who are seeking salvation by coming back to their heritage and getting back in line with the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, with the words of the Bible, of His holy scriptures. And I wanted to make this video because as we get closer to Jacob's trouble, we get further into Jacob's trouble. Um, I like to observe Jake to see what's really happening with this clown. You know, by Jake I mean the descendants of Jacob. You know, the Israelites, who are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as Israelite foreigners who descend from Jacob but now look like the outside nations, uh, you know, people outside of those races of people that we know of today. All right. And basically, just to give a pretty much a conclusion at the beginning of this video is Jake is not in the right spirit at all to continue into Jacob's trouble and, you know, to arrive eventually at the day of the Lord. The scriptures say the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. We know that the day of the Lord is going to be the most terrible day to, you know, to ever, you know, come to pass here on earth. And that says a lot because you can think of all kinds of, you know, chaos and calamity and disasters that have happened throughout time and in modern history. And you can just go ahead and combine all that, and that's going to be the day of evil or the day of the Lord, the day of darkness, right? And Jake, right? Even Israelites who know this truth or who think they're in this truth or, um, you know, uh, think themselves to be in a good case and a good standing, right? They're in the completely wrong spirit, you know. And this is mainly going to the Israelite men, right? Because we know that a lot of these women they're going to be saved through the men, right? But Most High is just going to have mercy on these women. Uh, you know, a lot of the 1/3 is going to be women, and we're just going to need them for what we need them for, to bring the nation back. But these men out here are completely in the wrong spirit. And what do I mean by that? It's like, well, they're still being petty, emotional, weak, lovers of this world. They're still holding to a lot of shit in this world, man. They can't exercise any moderation in the activities that they fucking participate in, none whatsoever. If they're drinking, they're heavy drinking. If they're, on the Xbox, PlayStation, PC, that's what the fuck they're doing. There's no moderation in it. There's no fucking breaks in it. There's no, uh, you know, there's no order or balance between that and other things, right? And especially the one thing that all Israelite men should be doing, and it's pushing this truth at whatever level that you're at. You know, um, if these clowns are out here. They're simping for bitches. They're simping for bitches all fucking day long. You know, taking orders from bitches all fucking day long, right? And you're supposed to count all that shit as a loss, man. You know, in fact, if you do, you know, if you do find your way letting go, if you do find yourself letting go of those things, simping for bitches, right? Being a drunk, smoking weed, on video games all fucking day long, taking orders from women, being lovers of the world, just being really into the next holiday, really into the next sporting event, you know, uh, being about the next paycheck or stimulus check. If you count all that as a loss and you let that shit go, it actually counts as a sacrifice and will actually, you know, will you know will actually put you in a better standing in front of the heavenly Father, right? Because those are sacrifices you're to be making as a man of Israel, right? But with that being said, I want to start because this is you can go all day with Jake not being in the right spirit, right? And what I mean by that is we got a lot of shit down the line where Esau Edom is gonna come at us with pure fucking hate and violence, right? And a lot of Israelite men have it in their head that, oh, I know I'm an Israelite, you know, I know Esau's the devil, and out of nowhere, you're just gonna have the strength to deal with this torture and this murder and witnessing rapes and watching fucking children and babies be murdered. You're just gonna deal with it, right? You're just out of fucking nowhere, right? You're just gonna have the fortitude to handle those things while you have all the time in the world to prepare right now, and you're still being petty. You're being weak towards women, or you're being weak in front of women. You are, you have no moderation in your day-to-day activity, no fucking balance when it comes to things like alcohol, right? No moderation, right? Uh, you have no control over your spirit or your emotions, none whatsoever. If you're angry, the whole world fucking knows it. If you're in your feelings, the whole world fucking knows it. You have no bearing whatsoever, right? And that's actually what the word effeminate means, right? The Bible talks about effeminate men, right? And that's what it is. Effeminate is means faithless, right? And being faithless is a female trait. Therefore, you have effeminate men. And what are faithless female traits? A lack of control over your fucking emotions, right? The inability to be sober because you're suppressing your fucking emotions, man, right? So it's effeminate. It's a womanly trait, and it's also uh, infantile. It's also a childish characteristic because children also don't have any control over their emotions or their mouth or their thoughts, right? It's all together. You know, it's effeminate, it's womanly, and it's faithless. It shows the lack of faith, right, and the lack of works that the Israelite man has in these last days. And one thing that stands out to me, you know, uh, because giving a personal testimony, something about me when I was younger and an adolescent, I had no control over my mouth, none whatsoever, you know, and that's how Jake is. Jake's out here, they're roasting on each other, flowing, rapping, fucking making beats, just doing all kinds of stupid fucking shit, man. Bumping their system in their fucking truck or car. Got a big ass truck with the loud ass exhaust. They just got to make fucking noise, man. They just got to do it, right? They just have to do it. They gotta make fucking noise, man. Right? Like I said, I was like that when I was younger, right? As a child and as an adolescent. But there has to be a point in time where you fucking put that old man shit. Also, that's that childish shit. That's the things of a child that you have to fucking put away. That's also the things of the old man that was in the fucking world, that's the kind of shit you have to fucking put away, man. You know, being fucking clamorous and being fucking loud and always having to make fucking noise and always having to fucking play this fucking worldly ass music, always have to fucking have everything fucking the volume maxed out on your fucking earphones, your fucking earbud, the volume maxed out in the stereo in your fucking car, the volume maxed out on the fucking TV, on the fucking video game you're fucking playing. You can't do shit. You can't do a fucking thing decently or in order or peacefully. Nothing, man. And that's what I want to fucking get into, because that fucking inability to fucking control, the inability for Jake to control his spirit and his emotions is exactly why Jake is not fucking ready for what times we're fucking in right now. You're behind, you're late, you're behind, you're very fucking far behind, right? If this shoe fucking fits you, right? So because of that, right, I'm just gonna go into some scriptures about, you know, noise and speech, man, because Jake makes noises two types of way, bro, and noise is useless shit. Noise is useless as fuck sound, bro. It's not edifying to the elect when they're speaking. And then all other forms of noise outside of your voice and speech, right, is disruptive to communication, right? And that's it, right? So the first thing I want to bring up actually is this brother, right? And you know, he's a very, I guess you could say, popular, elder in Great Millstone, right? Monetizakba, right? From South Carolina. This is one of his channels, GMS Walk and Talk SC, right? And this is a video I highly recommend, you newcomers into the faith and you young brothers, just now coming into this thing to watch this video. And it says, there's nothing wrong with holding your peace. In parentheses, shut the fuck up. Because that's how we learn, man. You shut the fuck up. Be quiet. I mean, shut your mouth and learn. And, the scriptures say, let me look it up actually, so I don't slaughter it. And here it is. It's Ecclesiastes 5:1. All right, and it says, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. There's shit coming out of your mouth. We all have to have conversations in the fucking world, man. We get it. We have to communicate with the heathen, the devil, lost ass fucking Jakes, and we have to, small talk and bullshit talk and talk about the weather and fucking sports and a bunch of dumbass shit. Yeah, okay, that's one thing. Well, if you're constantly running off at the fucking mouth over folly, right? Or you're just flat out talking shit. Now, talking shit and telling the truth, that's two different things. Because a lot of people will watch Israelite videos and just assume, man, all these men, they're just talking shit. No, they're telling the truth. It's just cutting you to your pussy ass core, and you feel a type of way about it because you're weak and you can't handle the truth. All right. Then there's talking shit. Talking shit is what Jake likes to do. Talking shit is what they call like roasting or being sarcastic, right? Just being an asshole, man. Talking shit is when you open your mouth willfully and a bunch of shit comes out of it, and it's not edifying to you, and it's not edifying to anyone else. It's not edifying to anyone around you, and it's not edifying to the Israelite body as a whole. Right? That's talking shit, and that's the sacrifice of fools that it's talking about here. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. And Jake doesn't consider that, man. Jake doesn't consider that these fucking external monologues, right? Fucking raising your voice and fucking foolishness, talking about this, that, and the fucking third. And it doesn't matter what it is, man. It really doesn't matter whether, you're roasting on a homie, when you're talking shit, about someone you fucking know, um, just going on and on about this person or that person at work, gossiping like a bitch, um, just, going on and on about the sport you can't fucking let go, that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to fucking burn all the way through. Yeah, whatever you like, man. NBA, NFL, MLB, hockey, doesn't fucking matter. That shit's going up in flames, man. It's fucking folly at the end of the day, right? And when you go on and on about it and you can't fucking stop talking about it, man, that becomes a sacrifice of fools, man. Those are idle words, right? And you're gonna be held accountable for that shit. In other words, it's way better to fucking sit there and quiet, man, and stare at the wall than to literally open your mouth without anything edifying to say, man. Right? Why is that important? Because it shows a complete control of your fucking emotions and your spirit. And if by this point in time, where we have now entered Jacob's trouble and shit's about to hit the fan, the election's coming in fucking November in less than 2 weeks, then it's all fucking gas, no brakes, mark of the fucking beast, bro. Like famine, rape, rob, murder out in the fucking streets, babies being killed, women getting fucking trampled like mire in the street, right? And somehow Jake, who has no control over his fucking emotions or spirit and can't keep his fucking mouth shut, is going to handle all that emotionally. You're going to be fine, right? Because you're a man? Okay. Yeah. No, a man will control his emotions, and a man will control his fucking spirit. A man would do the words that are coming out of the Holy Scriptures, right? When it comes to controlling oneself. And the way that you can tell whether a man has self control or not, the easiest, most blatant, obvious way that you can tell whether a man has fucking control over himself is noise, man. The speech that's coming out of the fucker's mouth, right? As well as their fucking behavior, the noise they're fucking making without their mouth running. Their music, their fucking vehicle, the exhaust on their vehicle, motorcycle, car, truck, whatever it is, their system, the fucking ball game that's on, the fucking video game that they're fucking playing, right? Earbuds that they got in, the earphones, the headsets that they got in, right? Control, man. That shows actually in this world, because Jake has lost his fuck. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you love all that shit, right? In fact, having no control over yourself is what's popular out here, right? Right? Doing what you want to do, being fucking willful, being loud, disruptive, center of attention, right? Constantly making fucking noise, right? That's actually what's pushed in this society. So that's actually what Jake is into, right? And it's the exact opposite of what's being told in the scriptures, right? So I recommend you watch this video, man, right? Because the brother's not right, but Jake never wants to be told to shut the fuck up, man. Jake doesn't want to be told anything. In fact, Jake doesn't want any rebuke or correction whatsoever. In fact, there's a lot of scriptures, right? In, in there's a lot of scripture, you know, saying when and when to not correct or rebuke Jake, you know. Bear with me. Okay, this is Ecclesiasticus 31 and 31. Rebuke not thy neighbor at the wine. When the fuck is Jake not tossed up? Jake stays faded out here, bruh. Jake stays tossed the fuck up out here. And right here in Ecclesiasticus 31:31, it says, rebuke not thy neighbor, which means brother, at the wine. Jake ain't never gonna get rebuked then, because Jake ain't never fucking faded. And despise him not in his mirth. Jake's always in fucking wanting to fuck. That's why Jake stays faded, because he wants to keep that mirth going, right? That festivity bullshit going. That next sporting event, that next holiday, that next birthday, that next fucking wedding, the next fucking bottle, right? Wants to keep that shit going, right? Give him not despiteful words, so you ain't never gonna get an opportunity to say shit to Jake, bro, right? And this is why it's so important to have control over your emotions as an Israelite man, because the rebuke ain't gonna come from outside, bro. The rebuke has to come from internally, because nobody can fucking correct you when you're faded, right? Or you're constantly running your mouth, right? With the inability, when you're constantly running your mouth, you cannot listen, right? And press not upon him with urging him to drink. All right. So that's what I mean. Why? By if you point this one thing out about Jake, his mouth and the fucking all the racket the motherfucker makes, right? That actually leads to why Jake is not in the right fucking spirit to take this oncoming judgment, as well as how uh, Jake has no control over his fucking emotions or his spirit, right? Or he's not in the right spirit for what's gonna come, you know. I want to kind of start with this. You know, I know I already pulled some precepts, but you know that's the spirit. I wanted to start with this one right here, Proverbs 9 and 13, and I love this precept because it says woman, because it's such to make a racket is such a fucking womanly fucking trait, man. Right? I mean, we just read it. It's the sacrifice of fools, right? And if you're an Israelite man and that's all you know how to do is make a racket, whether it's with your mouth or with whatever you're doing throughout your day, your fucking stereo vehicle, headset, earphones, fucking whatever the fuck that you're doing doesn't fucking matter at all, right? That's a womanly trait, man. You're being a bitch. You're being a female, dog. All right? You're being a fool and you're being a female. Straight up, man. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing, man. Oh, man. And I'm going to look up clamorous, right? Clamor, which is the root word. A loud and confused noise, especially that of people shouting vehemently. And the one thing that the devil is always complaining about, Jake, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, is that we're loud, bro, and we yell, right? And when that being loud and yelling is not edifying to the elect, or it's not the words that are coming out of the Holy Scriptures, and you are being fucking clamorous, man. You're being a clamorous fucking woman, dude. That's what the fuck you're being, man. All right? And you know, at the end of the day, a lot of the reason why Jake, you know, the scriptures call Jake a bull caught in the net. And at the end of the day, the reason why Jake is so fucking clamorous, can't shut the fuck up and making noise fucking constantly with whatever the fuck he's doing, right? Is because of Isaiah 51 and 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. You know, like fucking Jake and gangs and the Barrio and cartels in Chicago, whatever. As a wild bull in a net, they are full of fury of Yahweh, the rebuke of thy God. Man, these Jakes out here, you're fucking angry, man. In fact, a lot of you fucking wimps are getting angry at the shit that I'm saying right now. That's how fucking weak you are, you know? And you're fucking angry, right? And because you have this anger and you have this hatred for either yourself, your brethren, or God, the Most High Yahweh, right? Yeah, you gotta be angry at somebody, right? You gotta be angry at somebody. It's gonna be one of those. It's gotta be one of those. Either yourself, your brethren, or the Most High, right? The Creator Himself, or His Son Yahweh Shai. All right, you decide which one you're fucking angry at. All right, because you're a bull caught in the net. You can't shut the fuck up. You can't sit still. You can't go 5 minutes without cranking some fucking noise up, man. All right, you can't do it, right? All right, this one is, let's see, Ecclesiasticus 28 and 18. This is why it's important as we're going on through Jacob's trouble to fucking get a grip on this shit, man. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue. All right. So if you're in these end days trying to move with fucking wisdom, right? Bob and weave, like Jake likes to say, right? Move in the spirit, right? Through the time of Jacob's trouble, right? Dodging the bear, the lion, and the snake, okay? And the sword and the famine, right? What's the one thing that'll get you fucking wrapped up? Your big ass mouth, man. That you have absolutely no fucking control over. None. You can't shut the fuck up for a day, man. For a single day, you can't be quiet, bro. Not one day. You gotta raise your voice up in folly, in fucking anger, right? In gossip. I mean, Jake out here just talking and absolutely nothing worth fucking listening to is coming out of his mouth, bro. And like I said, this leads to Jake not being in the right spirit for what's going on, because this shit is, if you ask me, this shit is small. And honestly, if there's no control over your emotions or your spirit or your mouth or the noise that you're making, it's petty. And Jake right now in the end days is being petty. Jake is being fucking petty, right? Thinking that they are going to take the judgment of the Lord when the shit hits the fan. And I've heard many Jake say this. I've heard many blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans say this. Here comes the devil. Devil number one, devil number two. See that noise? Guess who's making it? Esau. Esau makes that noise. And they fucking just moved into the block. That's all fucking day long these motherfuckers are making noise, man. You know what? And that's the spirit. Because what does the scripture say? The scripture says, envy not thy oppressor, right? And seek none of his ways. Being a loud fucking piece of shit, loud, proud, angry piece of shit, right? That's actually a trait of Esau Edom. Proverbs 3 and 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Nah, man. Jake was a plain man dwelling in tents. Esau was a man in the field making all kinds of fucking noise, man. That led to nothing, man. That led to absolutely nothing. Nothing, bro. Just a bunch of fucking nothing, man. A bunch of fucking folly, bro. So much folly that Esau, the so-called white man, he hunted all fucking day long and came back with no food, and he was hungry. Explain that shit. Explain that shit. How the fuck is the devil gonna go out into the woods? You're gonna hunt all fucking day long. You're hunting all fucking day long, bro. And you come back to where Jacob is dwelling and making food, right? And you're like, I'm tired and starving. Give me something to eat. And then the goddamn devil, Esau Edom, gave his birthright for food. What the fuck were you doing in the woods hunting all day long, if not catching food? That is fucking wild, man. That is fucking wild. Folly, making a bunch of clamorous bullshit fucking noise and doing nothing with it, bro. The very least the motherfucker could have done was catch himself his own food, set a fire, roast that bitch, and eat it, bro. And he couldn't even do that. That's the devil, right? So you Israelites who are out here making fucking noise, you're of your father, the devil, man. That's Esau, Edom. The exhaust on the fucking motorcycle, the big ass fucking trucks, exhaust on that shit, right? Just, dude, he's behind all these fucking festivals, all these fucking fucking raves and country music and fucking, rock. Dude, that's all Esau, Edom, bro. That's all Esau, Edom. And none of that is glorifying the Heavenly Father, bro, or edifying the elect, which is another point. This is Isaiah 9:5. All right. Clamor, man, confusion and noise. Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and the garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Man, right now the brothers and the apostles have said it, and I've heard it innumerable amount of times. Right now we're in the calm before the storm, right? We're still making our videos, right? The shit hasn't hit the fan per se. Here and there, yeah, it has, man. And we're seeing signs, upwards of the people, so on and so forth. But full force, lottie-dottie, everybody's getting touched. That hasn't happened yet, but it's coming, right? So you have this calm before the storm, so to speak, right? And you don't want to take advantage of that and have a peaceful day. Have a fucking quiet day, man. Right? You don't want to have a day where you're just fucking listening and not talking. You don't want to have a fucking day where there's no TV on. There's no sports on. There's no fucking video game on, right? You're not listening to fucking women fucking babble back and forth, You're not sitting there chatting shit with a heathen, right? Enjoying these last days, enjoying a day of peace, or these last days of quiet before the shit hits the fan. Because once the shit hits the fan, you're gonna wish that there was fucking quiet, man. Right? For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, right? So when the shit hits the fan, you're not gonna stop moving. You're gonna go days and days and days on end on the fucking move without a chance to sit down or fucking sleep or fucking rest or get something to eat, right? You're gonna be surviving on just the will of the Heavenly Father, right? And the Spirit, right? That's it. And you're gonna wish you had a moment of peace. And there's gonna be lamentations, mourning, and woe. You know what lamentations is? Let's look it up. Okay, lament, a passionate expression of grief or sorrow. His mother's night-long laments for his father. Have you ever heard of fucking mother well? I have, and a friend in the world, so-called, way back when, they had their first kid. It died at 9 months old. Went to the funeral. That bitch lost it. She fucking lost it, bro. Right? There's going to be men and women out here fucking losing it, man. Because of murder, because of rape, because their fucking babies and kids are going to get fucking murdered and destroyed out here. Right? And then at that point in time when there's going to be just days and nights of fucking wailing and lamenting and fucking crying and fucking yelling and all this shit, right? Same thing at the concentration camps and the fucking prisons, man. right? In these FEMA camps. And when motherfuckers are being delivered to the government to get their fucking head chopped off. All this fucking crying and yelling and mourning. Here comes the devil. Devil number one. All right. All this shit going on. And you don't want to have a fucking day of peace, man? Fucking devil. You don't want to have a day of quiet and peace? You want to just open your fucking mouth, right? You don't want to have a day of just listening, man? You don't have a day where you just sit still and you don't make no fucking bullshit fucking noise, man? You know? That shit is wild to me, man. That shit is fucking crazy. Alright? Now, I wanted to bring this out because right now, Jake loves leaning on his own understanding, bro. Jake, you can't tell Jake shit, man. Just like you can't correct him, you can't tell him shit. And what women do especially, man, because I've had several women do this shit when you tell them to shut up or be quiet, right? Or do things quietly because they're being fucking clamorous and they're doing shit too fucking loud, right? They like to rationalize and lean on their own understanding and say, well, I can't do this any quieter. I have to make noise in order to accomplish X, Y, and Z, right? That's bullshit, right? It's fucking bullshit. And I'll fucking prove it to you, man. I'm going to bring out the scriptures, man. 1 Kings 6:2. And the house which King Solomon built for the Lord, right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the length thereof was 80 cubits, and the breadth thereof 20 cubits, and the height thereof 30 cubits. Let me elaborate on this temple. It's the greatest, most elaborate, highly decorated, immaculate, most detailed, ornate temple ever made by man's hands. Ever. Right? We're only going to see the likes of which again in the kingdom of heaven, right? So this was the greatest construction that an Israelite man or any man has ever done on the face of the fucking earth. All right, let's continue. Keep that in mind. Because Jake loves to bullshit. Jake loves to bullshit and come up with excuses and rationalize instead of listening to the scriptures. 1 Kings 6:7. And the house, when it was in building, was built of stone made ready before it was brought thither, so that there was neither hammer, nor axe, nor any tool of iron heard in the house while it was in building. So you're telling me a slew of Israelite men made the greatest, like I said, all those things I said before, the greatest construction edifice building ever in the history of man. We won't see anything like it till we get to the kingdom of heaven, right? They did that without there was neither hammer nor axe nor any tool of iron heard in the house. They put it together, man. They put it all together without the sound of a worksman tool, right? And you're telling me that Jake can't go throughout his fucking day with this bullshit routine and not make a conglomerate of fucking noise, man? That's what you're telling me? You really believe that? Right? You really believe that, right? Just like these women, man. These women cannot do anything without making a fucking racket, bro. You know? Let's see. That's the spirit. I got a verse for that. I got a precept for that. This is Sirach. Also known as Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. This is Sirach 25, 16 and 26. 16 through 26. Well, let me get that real quick. Okay. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 16. I had rather dwell with the lion and the dragon than to keep house with the wicked woman. right? I had rather dwell with the lion and the dragon than to keep house with the wicked woman. And I bet you that lion and that dragon would be a whole lot less rambunctious and a whole lot less fucking clamorous than a wicked woman, man. So what's that say about you men, you Israelite men? What's that say about you Israelite men, man? That can't hold your peace. That can't keep your mouth shut for a few hours or an entire day, God forbid. Or you can't do anything quiet, man. Everything requires you to make a slew of fucking noise, man. Everything. There's no decency, moderation, order in anything that fucking Jake does. They have to be loud. All of these Israelite men, I'm talking about you Northern Kingdom, you fucking Latinos. Anytime there's two or more of you motherfuckers, bro, y'all are chatting shit worse than women, man. The gossip that fucking comes out of the gossip and the chatting shit and just the worthless words that come out of your fucking mouths is disgusting, man. You know, coming across groups of so-called Mexicans, so-called Hondurans, El Salvadorians, oh God, fucking Puerto Ricans, Jesus Christ. You chatting shit, you squawking, man. Like females, bro. Fucking female. Man, shut the fuck up, man. None of you have anything edifying to say, man. Right? And it's all pure folly. And the thing is, you're gonna be held accountable for this shit, man. The thing is, you're going to be fucking held accountable. It's not my fucking opinion, right? It's not my preference. It's about fucking self-control, doing what the scriptures say, and then being accountable for your words. Matthew 12:36. Take note, Israelite men. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. You know what? And it's little, this is small, man. This is little. It's little things like this that makes me laugh when I watch Israelite videos or I hear Israelite men talk about the kingdom, right? Bringing up different situations, okay? Talking about wives in the kingdom, talking about this, that, and the fucking third, you know, talking about spiritual bodies and spiritual power and what do you think Yahushua meant when he said this and what can you go at why are you worried about that? Why are you worried about a hypothetical situation in the heavens in the fourth dimension when you can't keep from spouting idle words in a 24-hour period? You can't sit still for 4 hours and listen. You have to you got to do something. You got to fucking do something. You can't shut up and listen to lessons or videos for 6 hours, for as long as, most of you Israelite men acting like bitches out here. A lot of you motherfuckers stay on fucking Facebook, man, and scroll throughout the whole fucking day, bro, and probably log 6 to 8 hours on that shit. How about you? That same amount of time, you can't shut the fuck up and just listen to videos. That's it, right? Not even read, just listen, bro. Just shut up and listen. The same amount of time you're on fucking social media, or the same amount of time that you're into your shit. The same amount of time that you binge across fucking video games, man. That same amount of time put into not saying a word and listening. All right. Let me read that again, man. Matthew 12:36, because a lot of these Israelite men out here, they're even fucking leading camps, man. As a brother was putting out in a video I was watching earlier today, a lot of these Israelite leaders, camp leaders outside of Great Millstone, of all these other camps, man, they can't do it. They have no control. They're proud, boastful. They have no carnal. They have no control over the spirit. They couldn't go a day without fucking talking shit. They couldn't go a day sitting still, man. They can't take rebuke or correction, right? And they have a whole camp behind them, man. A whole brand, a whole camp, a flag, men underneath them and shit, bro. Guarantee you can't fucking sit still for an hour, bro. Gotta do something. Jake always gotta be doing something, man. All right. But I say unto you, Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment, man. All right. Now, I had a problem with my mouth when I was younger. When I was an adolescent, I get my ass whooped for it. Straight up. Get my ass whooped for it, man. Because I was a smart ass, talk back, all that shit. Right? Well, after you read something like this in the Holy Scriptures, that should change your fucking attitude about that shit. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You don't always have to have something, especially you dumbass motherfuckers out here. Because Jake dumb out here, bro. Jake, you're dumb as shit. And that's what happens when you just you just chief keefing all day long and you're on fucking Instagram and just playing video games. You're fucking dumb. You become stupid. All right? So all that dumb shit's coming out of your mouth, especially when you start getting corrected. Jake hates being corrected or being taught something. When you try to teach Jake something that's for their fucking good, they always got something smart ass to fucking say that's completely fucking irrelevant, right? You're gonna pay for that shit in the day of judgment. You're gonna pay for that shit, man. You're gonna pay for that shit, you know? And the closer that the day of the Lord gets, and the further we get into Jacob's trouble, if you're really in this truth, you understand why the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, why his only option is to burn you animals. That's literally the only option you leave him with, because you can't do the simplest things that are in the scriptures, right? But let alone go on and tackle harder things, right? This is Ephesians 4:22 and 23. That ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts. A lot of you Jakes thinking you know the truth or you're in the truth, right? You have not put off the old man, because the old man, before you knew the truth, was running his mouth, was talking shit, was roasting, right? Was rap, get drunk, smoke a blunt, rapping. All of a sudden you're fucking rapping and you're just, you're it, you're the guy, right? And you fucking aspiring rappers amongst you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're beyond pathetic, man. You are the reason why, 2/3 of Israel has to go, man, right? Because that's low. That's low, right? And as an Israelite man, you have a responsibility to edify and uplift your people, and you're doing the opposite by setting the example of being a fucking low ass human being, bro. All right. That's where a lot of it, once again, going back to, I guess, kind of the point of this video is that Jake has no control over his emotions or his spirit. And Jake, thinking that he's in the truth or that he knows the truth, right, still doesn't think that he should practice a control of his fucking emotions or his spirit, right, or his behavior, right? Well, guess what? You think you're further along in this truth than you actually are, right? Or you're playing yourself, thinking that you're at some kind of standing before the Lord and His Son, right? But you haven't put off the old man. And this is all part of, baptism, right? And going through the fire and sacrifice and all that, right? It means putting off the old shit, right? And the old shit was you being proud and loud and angry and rageful and running your fucking mouth and can't keep from making a bunch of fucking noise like a woman, right? That's the old man, all right? So you got to examine yourself. 23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, right? all comes from what's going on up in there in your mind or your heart, right? Your spirit, the spirit of your mind, right? So externally, if you can't shut the fuck up with your idle words and your rants and you talking shit and you're gossiping about folly, uh, talking about someone's fucking mixtape or a stupid video you saw on TikTok, right? You're off, man. You're not right, right? The spirit of your mind, your spirit is off, bro. You're going off. Once again, like I said at the beginning of the video, you're not in the right spirit for the shit that's about to happen, right? You're playing yourself. You're playing yourself thinking that you're in a good standing with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that you're in good standing as an Israelite, man, and you're not, right? Because your behavior and your fucking actions externally and internally say that you're not, all right? Like I said, I've had a bunch of Jakes, man, in the world, and Jakes that know the truth tell me I'm going to take my judgment like a man. The only man or men that exist are men of the Lord. Anyone outside of that is not a man, right? Now prove it. Let me prove it with the scriptures, man. All right. So yeah, I'm telling you, Black, Hispanic, and Native American males, adult males out there, I'll put it that way, right? That you're not a man, dude. I don't care. You seen combat, you have a gun, you know how to rap really good, you sold drugs. It doesn't fucking matter, bro. It doesn't, none of that shit fucking matters, man. All right. The only real men that are actually going to withstand the judgment of the Heavenly Father that's about to come are the men who are trying to do right and do the words of the Heavenly Father that are written in the Holy Scriptures. Those are the only real men who have half a chance at scarcely being saved through this. Anyone outside of that, whose actions, whose works, whose faith are not exemplifying the things that are found in the scriptures, right? And shutting the fuck up is one of them, and not being a clamorous bitch is one of them, right? Anyone outside of that, you're being set up for the okie doke, and you're playing yourself thinking that you're a man. You're playing yourself, man. And that's why it says that the mighty men shall cry there bitterly, and that the men are going to have their hands on their loins like a fucking pregnant woman, just like a pregnant woman yelling in labor. That's how you men out here, right? And those that are you're trying to convince yourself that you're about to take all this judgment, all this shit that's written about in Revelation. You're about to take that shit like a man. No, you're not, man. You're going to take it like a bitch, because that's what the Bible says you're going to do. Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors. Children are their oppressors, right? So what does Esau Edom? He's out here on his fucking loud ass bike. He's toting fucking guns. He's in a big ass fucking truck. He's proud of his military fucking service, right? Proud Boys, this and that, malicious fucking tactics, whoop whoop whoop, SEAL Team 6, blah blah blah. And what does the Bible call them? Children, bro. Because the only real men are the men of the Lord, man. The men who are sincerely, right? Sincerely combating and fighting in the spiritual war day in and day out to do what is necessary, right? Follow the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? Follow those things that are spoken of, the prophets and the men of the Lord and the disciples in the Holy Scriptures. You gotta resemble them, man. All right. As for my people, this is Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors. So Esau Edom is a fucking child, man. He's a child. Covered in tats, juicing, going to the gym, fucking steroids, goddamn meth, cocaine, fucking tweaked out, talking shit, exhaust on his fucking vehicle and loud ass fucking stereo with all this bullshit, right? These rallies are trying to fucking hold. It's all bullshit, man. And women rule over them. Once again, man, children and women. Like I said at the beginning of the video, bro. Israelite man who has no fucking control over his mouth or the fucking noise that he makes. You're a child and you're womanly. Thus saith the holy scriptures, man. So get the hell out of your feelings about it, man. Grow up. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. They which lead thee cause thee to err. Envy not thy oppressor and seek none of his ways. Once again, you're acting like the devil. You're acting like a crack. Those are none of these characteristics, that all this shit that's wrong with Jake, none of those belong to you, man. They were given to you by the oppressor, and it's time to get rid of that shit. It's time to get rid of it. Divest yourself from it. Hate it. Get rid of it. And destroy the way of thy paths. It's going to destroy your path to salvation, man. All right? And that's what we're all looking for. Especially if you a fucking Jake out here with a stupid wife. I don't know why the fuck you would get married. With a stupid wife or a stupid kid or a stupid baby mama, right? Or kids or fucking whole family, bro. You especially, man, needs to be on top of this shit, because not only are you responsible for your own salvation, you're responsible for theirs as well, man. And you acting like a bitch and a fucking kid, bro. Let's take the holy scriptures. Take it up with the man upstairs, bro. Take it up with the man upstairs. All right? Can't come at me with shit. All right. This is 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Loud shit is of the world. All right? I can name loud shit, like as I've been naming all throughout this video. All that shit is of the world, man. Cars are going to get burnt up. Trucks are going to get burnt up. Rap's going to get fucking burnt up. Thank God for rap being fucking burnt up, man. Because that shit does a lot of damage to our people. That shit is fucking filth, man. And you're not supposed to love the shit. You're going to listen to a rap song when lifting weights, right? To key in on that aggression and, get them extra reps in. Yes, be a user of the world, not abuser of the world. All right? But you fuckers that listen to rap on your downtime, you got problems, man. You got fucking problems. You're gonna account for that, And you are gonna fucking account for that. And that's the love of the world. You're gonna account for the love of the world. Loud ass sporting events. Loud ass video games. Loud ass rap. Any music. Doesn't have to be rap. Any music. Listen to it around the clock and on your fucking downtime. You're gonna be held accountable for that shit, because that's a failure of putting off the old man, and that's your love of the fucking world coming through, bro, bright and shiny. And this is the brother from Chicago, Slovakia, I don't know his name. GMS Chicago, teach what was taught, and he always puts out great videos. They're short, they're to the point, and he's rough, and he says it how it is, right? We ain't rappers, because this shit, bro, where there's a lot of Israelites who know they're Israelites, and they want to bring the world with them, bro, right? That's what's wrong with camps like IUIC. They want to bring the Catholic Church with them. They got their shit all set up like the Catholic Church, right? They want to be vain, all in uniform. That's fucking of the world. Motherfuckers want to rap about this truth. That's of the fucking world, man. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Along with your fucking noisiness and your fucking uncontrollable mouth, you gotta let that shit go, man. Because that's not of us. We don't roll like that, man. Dude, that's the spirit. I just thought of something just now. The Native Americans, how are the Native Americans always depicted in movies, right? Whether new or old. They're quiet and they're a few words, and the words that they speak are to the point. Native Americans, man, that's Gad. He knew what was up when it comes to shutting the fuck up and not making a lot of noise. Because there's a time for noise. And I'll tell you when that time is war. Lamentations, mourning, and woe. That's the time for fucking noise, right? Anything outside of that, you should be enjoying whatever little fucking peace that you can attain instead of making a racket like a female.
All right. I can't stand Israelite rap videos, man. Hey, this is Ecclesiastes 7:1. It says, "A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. It is better," verse 2, "it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart." We have nothing here.
Failure to put off the old man, the love of the world, and you're in the house of feasting. Why are you in the house of feasting? Because you're bumping your gums over folly, over nothing, right? Over worldly shit, okay? And then you're bumping your fucking bullshit music, or you're running your fucking mouth, rapping along to whatever, right? And that is you being in the fucking house of mirth, man. Fuck, fuck all that, bro. Fuck that shit, right? And it's the end, and it's the end for man. When a man is caught up in that and can't let himself go of all that fuckery, right? Buffoonery, foolishness, right? That's the end for you, man, right? No one needs to come along and condemn you. You're condemning yourself by your own actions, man, right? And we know how Jake is. Jake loves to project and deflect, man. Nothing is ever Jake's fault, you know. Nothing is ever Jake's fault. If nothing is Jake's fault, if nothing is Israel's fault, why do we need redemption and forgiveness if it doesn't come down to individual responsibility for transgression? All right? Nothing's ever your fault. It's always everyone else and all around you and whoa, 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 and all this shit you fucking cry about. No, it's our fault, man. It's our fault. As individual Israelites, we went off, right? That's why we need redemption, grace, and mercy and forgiveness, right? And if you don't think that way, if things aren't your fault and it's everyone else's fault for fucking everything in your life, you're playing yourself, and it's the end, and it's the end for you, right? You're condemning yourself, right? And you're not ready for what's going to happen, right? And what's going to happen? This was streamed 14 hours ago. See, the men of Israel, they're on top of it. The men of Great Millstone, they're on top of it. The teachers, the elders, and apostles, they're on top of it. They're going to say and bring all the precepts that you need to know on a daily basis. They're going to feed the flock on a daily basis. You don't have to do anything but listen and follow along. That's all you have to do, right? That's all you have to do. And Jake can't even do that. Famine of the word in concentration camps. That's what's coming. And that's why it's important to get a control over your emotions and your spirit. That's why you got to get a control over your emotions and your spirit, because we got concentration camps and famine and all kinds of rape, rob, and murder that's going to happen in the streets right in front of us. And if you can't practice self-control for a single fucking day, right? You've got issues, man. You've got problems, and you're not taking these end days like a man, right? Like I hear Jake say constantly, you ain't taking shit like a man, all right? CIA black sites, all right? And this is from GMS Ancient of Days 12. This is from GMS Dedication, all right? CIA black sites. And if you're, a lot of brothers are veterans, man. If you're former military, you already know what these are. CIA black sites, they're all over the fucking world, man. You know, secret prisons, right? And they even fucking use them in Iraq. And you can even call it Guantanamo Bay, even though it's not a secret. That bitch right there, ain't nobody going in there or know what the fuck is going on in there, man. Or what went on in there, right? So because of that, you have no clue what the fuck they're going to fuck your ass up with. And here is Jake playing himself, right? thinking to himself, he's a man with all this fucking discipline and self control, and you're gonna take the end days because you're such a fucking tough guy, and you're a super duper deep Israelite, and you know you're an Israelite, you know your tribe, and woo woo woo. All right, you're fucking playing yourself, man. Right? You actually have to exemplify those traits of being disciplined and corrected and rebuked through this truth, right? And show self control and decency and moderation, right? Through your actions, right? You actually have to do these things that the scriptures are talking about, right? Because when you end up in a concentration camp, in a FEMA camp, or a CIA black site, and they cut your fucking eyelids off, pull your fucking nails out, right? Uh, guess what? One of the forms of fucking torture was when for the Iraqis, right? When they fucking caught those so-called insurgents, right? They would play fucking American fucking bullshit music 24 hours around the fucking clock, man. Go figure that the music that you fucks play here willingly, right? And for folly and entertainment and on your downtime, right? And because you like it, whatever, is actually torture to people in other parts of the world, right? Think about that shit, all right? You're not ready, right? Jake is in the wrong spirit, and Jake is being fucking super petty and playing himself, right? The closer we get to the day of the Lord, man. And it's got it. The whole reason behind this video, right, is because you're running out of time, Jake. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men and women, you literally are running out of time, man. Like, people say, oh, then it's never too late. Nah, no, there's a fucking too late, especially when it comes to this truth. The elders and apostles and brothers of Great Millstone, they bring it out all the time. The doors of redemption are closing. All right, there's gonna be a famine of the word, and it's gonna come soon, and it's gonna come along with the physical famine of actual food, right? There's not a lot of time to get your shit together. So that's why you have to strive in all these different areas in your life. You have to try to make, at the very least, very small changes in all these areas in your life. How you deal with work relationships, how you deal with conversations with the heathen and the wicked and the devil, right? Your diet, right? Uh, your out, Jake, and alcohol, big deal, right? Huge deal. Your alcohol intake, your emotions, your spirit, your mouth, right? Your behavior, the noise you make, right? It all intertwines. And if you're not on a daily basis exemplifying the fact that you have attained some kind of understanding, right? Then you're in this truth, and you're playing yourself, man. And that's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to play yourself, because this shit gets serious.
And this lesson, man, what I want to talk about briefly is all hands on deck. All hands on deck. The scriptures talk about in the book of Luke, the 9th chapter, how no man putting his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. And right now, definitely the Spirit has got the apostles and the elders for all brothers within the ministry to continue to make a harder push towards putting the confession of the word, exhortation, preaching His word, putting it at the forefront of our daily lives, and really getting the job done. We have a duty. We were bought with a price to come into this ministry and to push the word and to produce glorification of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
All right, and you heard it, and it says find your lane. All right, so not every Israelite man's gonna wake up, be a super duper too deep Israelite teacher slash prophet, elder, apostle, right, and go out. Nah, man. But find what you can do and accept your lot, because there's a lot of you buffoons out there that can't accept your lot. You can't accept your low state, man, right? And I've seen over the years, I've seen a numerous amount of men who think they get to the apostles level, start their own camps, come up against the apostles, and then they disappear, never to be seen again. And the next time they pop up, they're fucking smoking blunts and making rap videos, bro. Right? Because they couldn't accept their lot. They couldn't accept the fact that you're not the guy, man. You're not the man, right? Especially when you come into this truth, it's the opposite, right? You have to accept your lot for what it is, right? Not everyone's a teacher, not everyone's a prophet. All right. And not everybody was given the same portion of faith or spirit, right? Obviously, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, they were given a great portion, man. Super portion, right? And then there's followers, right? And listeners, right? Thereof, who are doing what they're doing at their level, right? So it's find your lane, accept your lot, accept it for what it is, and then do what you can do at your level, man. Always striving for more, always striving for perfection, but not getting fucking puffed up, right? And then working on yourself, right? And then not another thing that I think about myself personally speaking, personal testimony, is not doing the work deceitfully. All right. So what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example, right? I know I'm pretty positive of the lane that I'm in, right? Within my ability to hearken to the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I'm not going to fake the funk and act like I'm more than I am, and act like a super duper Israelite, too deep Israelite, right? Get puffed up with knowledge or get proud amongst the heathen or anything like that. And if I'm ever in a vexation of spirit, or my spirit ain't right, there's certain times when, the world gets at you, and that your spirit ain't right, right? Demons jump on you, or, a stronghold tries to creep up on you, or you get into the woe is me spirit, like, oh, woe is me, whang, your shit's off, right? So when your shit is off, you can't be doing the work to sit deceitfully and just, everything's fine, and being an actor, being a hypocrite. Everything's fine, and let me just keep doing the work. No, man, your spirit has to be right. Just like when the Passover comes along, you have to clean your closet, and your spirit has to be right in order for you to participate in the Passover, right? Well, same thing on a day-to-day basis. In order for you to push this truth, right, and contribute to the ministry, you have to be right, bro. Like, you have to be in the right spirit, man. You can't fake the funk, otherwise it's going to be your ass. You're going to get judged for that shit, right? And that's not an excuse for, like, my inconsistency, but that's the reasoning behind it. Like, if I'm going through a vexation of spirit, or what have you, different various examples, right? Then I'm not going to do the work deceitfully, man. I'm going to make sure that when I come in the right spirit, right? And I'm not just going through the motions, so to speak, or doing this thing forcefully, or, like, no, none of that. The scriptures say, covet to prophesy, First Corinthians 14:39 says, wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy, like wants to prophesy, and forbid not to speak with tongues, right? So, when you push the word or preach the word or talk about the word, you should want to do it, right? You have to be in the right spirit to do it. All right. Now, to end this off, because we know how Jake is, I know how you Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are. If the white man don't say it, if it's not in a white man book, if a white man in a white coat didn't say it, you're not listening to. Oh, you're crazy, man. You on that bugged out shit. So you gotta hear it from the devil. For some reason, our people don't give credibility to the brothers, the elders and apostles of Israel out there who are trying to teach this word right here in sincerity and in truth. I don't know, for some reason, y'all just don't give a shit. All right. Well, anyways, here's a question, man. What are some examples of psychological noise? So we talked about motherfuckers running their mouth, and we talked about physical noise that Jake loves to make and the devil loves to make. And the devil, when you start prophesying, especially when you're watching videos and the brothers are out in the highways and byways and they're prophesying, the devil loves to come with his fucking sirens, with his loud cars. Jake likes to come by with his fucking system. It's just bitches walk by fucking running their mouth. It's just fucking crazy, man. The devil comes up, right? What are some examples of psychological noise? All right. Someone asked this. This is Quora.com. All right. And this is like a thing, right, in psychology. It's called psychological noise. You can look it up. All right. Now, this person called Jan Layton, this is just like an open forum, right? Put down 7 examples of what psychological noise is. And this is why it's so fucking important to keep a fucking hold over your fucking mouth, man. You gotta have control over your mouth, right? One thing is for demons to come at you in your head and for you to be thinking shit. And then another completely different thing is for you to fucking open your fucking mouth and actually fucking act on it. Actually fucking say something with your mouth, bro. And it's a fucking big deal, man. It's a big, huge deal. Like Job's wife told him to curse the Most High and die. Job's not gonna fucking do that shit, man. Demons come in your mind and say all kinds of blasphemous shit, right? You're not to open your mouth and repeat any of it. Or sit there and have a dialogue with those demons, or have a fucking dialogue with yourself. Nah, fuck that. Psychological noise is basically preconceived notions a person has when they join in a conversation, right? These preconceived notions that a fucking person has when you jump into a conversation, basically, listen up. When you Israelite man are listening to the words of the Most High, listening to the men on the highways and byways, listening to the elders and apostles and the brothers of Great Millstone, reading the words of the Bible, right? This is you, right? This is you. You're reading those words, or you're listening to a teacher or a prophet, right? Psychological noise comes in and interrupts you from understanding what is being read or what is being told to you. Even that noise needs to come to a fucking halt. You need to get rid of that shit. And I'll show it to you, right? Assumptions. Jake assumes he fucking knows everything. Jake has his own assumptions of the scriptures. Jake has his own theories on the scriptures. You need to get rid of those, man. That's leaning on your own understanding, and then that's following your own heart, which is your mind, which is desperately wicked. So those assumptions that you have of the Bible, those assumptions that you have while reading, those assumptions that you have while listening to the teachers and the prophets are wicked. Get rid of them. Stereotyping. The Northern Kingdom, you Latinos and Native Indians, you stereotype the Southern Kingdom. The Southern Kingdom, the so-called black tribes, the Negro tribes, right? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, right? West Indians, Haitians, and Negroes in America, African Americans, so to speak, they stereotype you Northern Kingdom, right? Your stereotypes. You grouping all people in a giant fucking blanket term, blanket opinion. All right, stereotypes, wicked. Get rid of it. All right. Your biases. Now, a lot of biases that Jake has comes from before the truth. So when you come into this truth, the biases that you have towards your brothers in the truth, right? A lot of that shit is failure to put off the old man, and those are those are grudges and resentment. It's basically bitch shit. It's basically woman shit. You have womanly trait, and you have biases inside of you, right? And the best example that's always a hot topic is Latinos, the Latino tribes, the Latino Native American tribes, and the Negro tribes, right? Northern and Southern Kingdom going back and forth because they have biases, right? When it comes to one and another, like they have complete biases. All that shit is resentment, man, and misconceptions that we're carrying on with us as we journey through this truth. You need to get rid of that shit. That's wicked, man. That's the old man, all right? Incorrect memories, right? No, man, incorrect fucking memories, man. Basically, your mind's going to convince you of whatever you think is correct, right? So you're going to support yourself in your willful, wicked ass fucking opinions, man. You know, one good example that just came to my head is there was a lot of members in camps and a lot of camps, right, of Israelite men who have fallen off because of the weed thing, right? You know, weed is huge amongst Jake, all right? Also, the flat earth thing took a lot of members in camps out, right? Because they got deceived by the whole flat earth fucking shit, right? Incorrect memories. Your mind is going to persuade you that you are fucking right. It's the fucking devil, man. See, that is no different to me than when you Jakes are chatting shit, man. Or when you Jakes are fucking making noise with your rap, your fucking music, or you can't do shit quietly. You're being like your father, the devil, man. All right. Incorrect memories. Back to that. Yeah, you're going to persuade yourself that your will is correct. Instead of correcting yourself, taking the rebuke like a fucking man would, right? And then, you know, hearkening to the words of the Holy Scriptures. That's it. All right. Prejudice. Same thing, man. Prejudice. Same thing. Almost the same thing as biases and stereotyping, man. Your preconceived notions going into something, man. You gotta get ready. You have to come into this thing, like Yahushua says, you have to be born again in this thing with none of those things from your past, right, or of the world in your mind, bro. That shit's gotta go, and you have to put the words of the Lord. You have to replace your brain with Scripture. Reputation. Oh man, woo! Jake love being too deep. The most puffed up, scholarly, fucking goddamn Super Saiyan 5, fucking sprint across water, air bending, fucking goddamn Israel. Wow, bro. Fuck, man. Hebrew Americanite, right? With a wicked imagination, bro. Reputation, man. They want to be the guy. They want to be the guy, and they're not going to accept a low state or a lot, a very humble, meek lot, man. They're not going to do it, man, because they're the guy, bro. I'm better than this brother. I'm better than these people, and I know more, therefore, woo, 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 right? Reputation. All this shit, dude, even the devil knows that this is psychological noise that keeps you from successfully understanding, right, or receiving healthy communication. right? Understand when it comes to this word, understanding the words of the Lord. All this is psychological noise, and noise is useless. So all these things right here are useless when you're trying to come up with come to an understanding, right? Or in the world they call it a conclusion. When you're trying to come up with a conclusion, all this shit interferes with that. 7, discrimination. Same thing, right? Psychological noise is usually very hard. Look, even this fucking random devil on this random devil site, Jan Layton, a female at that, understands this. What's wrong with you fucking Israelite man, bro? You think you're so fucking bad? You think you're so fucking smart or whatever it is? You're so manly, whatever it is, whatever fucking demon you got on you, right? Why can't you come to an understanding that this fucking devil has just put out plainly? Psychological noise is usually very hard to rid oneself of. All right? But it's noise nonetheless, and you can do it. You can do it. Now, if you're a damn heathen, if you're damn lost in the sauce and you're out here in this world, you would never ever get rid of this, what they call so-called psychological noise. But you are an Israelite man and you have the secret weapon, which is the Holy Scriptures. With the Holy Scriptures, you can fucking eradicate the fuck out of this psychological noise, man. That's keeping you from being in the right spirit in these end days, because it's so important to get to divest yourself of that old man and all these fucking terrible habits, because you're going to need all the discipline, correction, and self-control that the Most High can give you, right? And that you can attain in order to fucking get through CIA black sites, famine and concentration camps, right? And whatever the hell else they got planned for us, man. They're going to be lynching us. They're going to be burning us. Everything that they did in history, they're going to do again. They're going to put us in giant frying pans, vats of fucking acid. You fucking name it. There was a leader of one of the Proud Boys. He put out like a video or something saying that they're fucking ready. All right. And he also said that if Biden and Harris win this coming election, which they won't, right? The devil's gonna stay in there. But I mean, like the fucking devil. But he said if Biden and Harris win this election, they're gonna pop it off. They're gonna pop off the so-called race war. All right, and I'm gonna see if I can't. If I can't find it like this real quick, then I'm just gonna forget about it. All right, but he came out and said it. These motherfuckers are not playing, man. They're not fucking playing, right? So these fucking Proud Boys or whatever, what do you think these fuckers got planned for your ass, man? They capture you, or it doesn't necessarily have to be the Proud Boys. White supremacist organizations, any type of white militias. The devil, man. Esau Edom. The fucking devil. The sword, man. This fucker comes after you and captures you alive. He's gonna put you in a fucking amusement park, man. He's gonna put you in a fucking amusement park of fucking torture and pain before he fucking kills you, man. All right. So that is the fucking true point of this video, and it all stems all the way back to self-control, self-correction, and taking rebuke, which the one thing that an Israelite man can do right? The one that's it's a giveaway. It's a fucking giveaway. Is your mouth, right? And how much noise you're making, man. That's the giveaway, bro. You give yourself the fuck away, man. And you're not fooling anyone. You'll fool these people out in the world, right? You can be a hypocrite. You can be an actor all you want in the world. But to the men who are in this truth, right? We have discernment of spirits, right? And your actions, right? First and foremost, being the fucking noise you make, right? Whether it comes out of your mouth or your fucking activities, right? That right there is the number one giveaway on whether you have the discipline, you have the self-control, you've hearkened to rebuke, you've taken correction. That's gonna tell you, man. That's gonna put it out on the table, man. Just blatantly, right? And if that's not the case, which to whoever listens, if that's not the case, man, you have some heavy examination to do and correction to take in a very fucking short amount of time, man. But you need to fucking do it. All right. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.